As I mentioned, we're going to go through the different types of targeting in Facebook. So for that, I'm in a brand new ad set that has not been used before. We're not going to publish it. And all of the conversion, pixel stuff up at the top isn't as important. So we're going to scroll all the way down to the targeting sections. Now, when we get into the audience section, everything is going to pre-populate for you to be into Facebook's Advantage Plus audience setting. And all of these different controls are going to look different than they normally would because of this. Now, we're going to get into Advantage Plus audience later in this video, but for now, I want to start with the more manual targeting options. So for that, we're going to skip past audience control and come down here to switch to original audience options in the Advantage Plus audience section. When I click on this, it confirms that I want to do that. And yes, I do. I want to use original audience. Now things look a little bit more like they have historically. We'll always have the option to go back to Advantage Plus, and we'll do that here in a little bit. But the first things I want to walk through are going to be, like I said, the manual targets. There are a few different ways we can do that. One is going to be the location that you can have for your Facebook ads. And then you can also start to leverage demographic information around age and gender. All of this is information that is determined when people create their account. Tell Facebook how old you are, your gender, and then Facebook will determine your location based on where you're accessing the Facebook platform. But if we want to start leveraging the manual targets, we want to come down into this Advantage Detailed Targeting Plus section. This is where we can add in demographics, interests, or behaviors. Now, depending on your account, you might see some suggestions if you've been running things for a while. I'm not going to click on that because we're just going to have to blur them out because, again, we're in a live client account. But if we click Browse, you can get a quick understanding of what these are going to be. Demographic information is going to include your education level, financial situation, different life events, whether or not you're a parent, your relationship status, and some different pieces about work. If we keep scrolling down, the interests are going to have quite a wide range, just as many interests do. Whether it's business and industry, interested in food and drink, shopping and fashion, sports and outdoors. As you can see here, each of these has a little drop down next to it where you can continue to expand. So if you want to do outdoor recreation specifically, maybe you're interested in boating or camping or fishing, any of these different options. To add anything, all you need to do is check the box here, and then that'll add it to your targeting options. But as you can see, each time I hover over one of these, say mountain biking, a little pop-up next to the section will tell you about how big that audience size is. It shows you where that came from in terms of the hierarchy of the targeting options. Then it gives you a little description about that targeting option itself. The last section here is going to be around behaviors. And this one's a little bit more hit or miss, in my opinion. There's some information here about anniversaries, what device you're using. There's 3 different digital activities options, expats, mobile options, purchase behavior. But then there's soccer down here, as well as travel. These can be very useful. They're just a little wonky. But let's say you wanted to target people who are interested in camping. You could either go through that hierarchy and find this option, or you could simply come in here and start typing in different things. Coleman is a company that sells lots of camping gear, so Coleman Company as a retailer, probably the right option here. You'll notice that all of those were options that didn't show up when we first used the browse option. So if you're trying to use the interest targets, absolutely take a look at just typing things in, seeing what pops up. But all of these options I just showed you are manual targeting options. And as I talked about in the intro, we're going to go through the pros and cons of each of these. So let's hop into the ones for manual targets.